Welcome to another live patching session, and what you just heard is what I will come up with over the next 20 minutes based on 3 random techniques that I picked from our website. If you want to do the same, I will link to them in the description. You can also post your own video, your own take on this challenge, and use the hashtag Frap ideas. Of course, I'm gonna make a lot of trial and error in almost unedited video. So, technique number 1, Usta envelope number 2. This technique is based on the concept of using CVB of every track, basically, in grain mode. In this way, Usta will integrate between a low value and a high one in a sort of LFO or a complex envelope up to 16 stage envelope, where we can define the magnitude of each stage from 0 to 10 volts and its length with the length parameter, which is also the length of the integration. So in the second technique, we are going to send our sound to the external reverb and then patch the return. Instead of the group return on the CGM, we're going to patch it to FUMANA's main input. Then we're going to patch the all output to this channel over here, which we will then send again into the reverb, thus creating a feedback. So, for example, I can patch the final output. You see that FUMANA is almost saturating. And then I can make it feedback by sending the reverb again into itself, which is even clearer when we use a very few bands. I need to be careful, as in every feedback-based patch. But here it is. It has a very beautiful sound to me. So let me see. And then we have the sidechain number 1, where we use Phallistri as a sort of kick drum, and then we use the envelope to sidechain another sound. So I'm gonna start with a tempo of, I don't know, 108 could work. Then I'm gonna set the ratio to 1:4. So I'm gonna start with a gate track. I'm gonna use gate B of track 1, which I'm gonna use to fire an envelope. So normally the Phallistri kick drum uses the green oscillator as a the green generator as our kick tone, but since I have a BRENSO, I'm going to use its sine wave and patch it here over the 4-quadrant multiplier. I'm then going to patch this to my CGM. Okay, and then I'm going to use the attenuated output to control its pitch. So I have this one controlling its amplitude, and the most important thing, use the channel to saturate it. Nice. Then the sidechain works with the integrator, because now if I patch my integrator to control, let's say, another sound, which can be my BRENSO final output. I'm gonna patch this over here, and then this one over here. I can mute this, and then what I'm gonna do is invert it and add a positive offset. And here I define the decay time of my envelope, of my sidechain. I can also patch to, which I can control with my CVA of track 1. I'm gonna use a super simple sequence, so I'm gonna try this. Now, if I wanted to keep this counterclockwise, I would also have transposed the pitch of my kick drum. Now I need to fit the reverb feedback into this patch, which is not so easy because I have only 2 stereo channels. So I think that I'm gonna set this into crossfade mode and see what happens if I patch my FUMANA all output. First of all, I'm gonna send you see the reverb is coming in. There it is. Now we still need the final technique, which is the Usta envelopes. And I'm gonna use it instead of playing with FUMANA, because it might scramble too much my delay by using this, for example. I'm gonna use it to change some parameters of my complex section on the BRENSO. For example, the symmetry. I don't know, we will see. Then I'm gonna send some and And I can play with some blue gates to add some steep changes and try with different destinations. Also the symmetry is a good one, or not to mention the wave folder. And there we go. So in order to keep the feedback patch going on, what I did is I used the stereo channel in crossfade mode, used the two sources, the bass sound and the reverb feedback, and then played with this knob over here to blend the two sources from completely dry signal, which is even too loud, to the reverb feedback. Of course, I need to keep at least some bass going on, otherwise it wouldn't feed the feedback circuit. But still, this is a nice way to take advantage of even such a small setup as this CGM configuration here. And then I can play with FUMANA to change the feedback timbre. Add some shimmer. That I had my tilt parameter quite too high. Now it is much better. You know what? I can add some cymbals, and I'm gonna use the Phallistri that I spared from the kick drum. I'm gonna trig it, set it to and patch it to another parameter like this. Much better. There we go. And then I can basically play with FUMANA with my hands to change the timbre of my feedback. That we can cap it here for today. I hope you had a good time. I'm curious to see what you may come up with these three techniques, so if you want to make your own video, I'll link to them in the description and share it with the Frap Ideas hashtag. I hope you had fun, and I will see you next time.